Let's go now to the African National Congress in the Northern Cape. They're currently addressing the media following the passing of former Cabinet Minister Joemat-Pettersson, who comes from the province. The party says it's deeply saddened by the passing of Joemat-Pettersson, who was serving as a Member of Parliament and the Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Police. The former anti-apartheid activist served as an MEC for Education and later Agriculture in the Northern Cape. Let's take you live to that briefing.
Of the untimely passing of an outstanding and revered leader of the masses, Comrade Monica Joemat-Pettersson, we extend our sincerest condolences to the Joemat family in Kimberley and South Africa, Pettersson family in Sweden, and all other affected families and comrades and friends. In paying homage, our thoughts and prayers are with her sons, Austin and Terence, her siblings, and all other loved ones. We dip our revolutionary banner in honor of the life and times of Comrade for having selflessly sacrificed the youth in fighting a devilish apartheid system and for having left an important imprint and an important mark as an untiring and organic servant of the people. Born in Kimberley and having pursued the studies in the Western Cape University, she led charge from when she was in the students' formations of the Black Conscious Movement to being at the forefront of the formation of the United Democratic Front in 1983, opposing the tricameral parliament, participating in many defiance campaigns, and calling for the release of our leaders at the time of heightened repression. Drawing from a reverberating memory, we proclaim Comrade as a tried and tested daughter of the National Liberation Movement, who also served as the provincial chairperson of the South African Democratic Teachers Union, SATU, and the South African Communist Party in 1998 to 2000s, and also represented the Northern Cape in the party central committee then. She played a critical role in the rebuild of both the SABC and the ANC in the province. Comrade served as long-standing ANC Provincial Executive Committee member and was elected Provincial Treasurer in 2003 and served in this capacity until 2008. As a leader imbued with rare political talent, Comrade set the benchmark in being the first from our ranks in the province to emerge as an ANC National Committee member for 2 terms. Having been nurtured by giants of the revolution such as Dorothy Peters, Comrade steadfastly fought against sexist laws. A devotion to the struggle saw rose to the pinnacle of the ANC Women's League as the provincial chairperson in 1997 to 2003. In undying memory and in placing gender equality at the center of a better life for all, we ought to commit towards engendering equality of opportunity amongst the different genders and eradicate gender stereotypes. Owing to her political talents and industriousness, Comrade served as the youngest first ever Northern Cape member of the Executive Council at the prime age of 30, despite the province having emerged from the clutches of the then Cape Provincial Administration, CPA. When appointed as MEC of Education, Arts and Culture in 1994, Comrade steered the Northern Cape towards its golden matric results years in the 2 terms. Today, we pride ourselves with the Northern Cape being home to one of South Africa's newest tertiary institutions, the South University, planted and conceptualized during Comrade tenure as MEC for Education. From 2004 to 2009 as MEC in the Department of Agriculture and Land Reform, Comrade achieved the accolades of being Best Agriculture MEC 3 years on the trot from a leading national commercial agriculture magazine. She went on to serve the South African people as a Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries from May 2009 to May 2014. The Minister of Energy from May 2014 to 30 March 2017. And lastly, as a chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Police from July 2019 up until the 5th of June 2023. Our thoughts are equally with the colleagues in Parliament and the broader mass democratic movement. Comrade passed on a time when the Northern Cape had resolved to support in contesting for the Deputy President of the Instruments League. And with this move, having found expression countrywide, as we awaited the declaring of the nomination process. It should also be noted that as a province, we were behind Comrade Tina contesting for the first Deputy Secretary General at the ANC's 55th National Conference at Nazareth last year. The ANC in the Northern Cape will be reaching out to the Joemat and Pettersson families in planning towards the burial of Comrade Tina. We are cognizant of some family members being abroad. The ANC, Parliament and the provincial government will keep the public posted on all other developments concerning preparations of the late Comrade Tina. May a dear soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Acting PS. It's open for any matters of clarity. Questions?
Deputy Secretary, you did speak that you're still reaching, and we know it's early days yet, but being a former MEC, being a former cabinet minister, are we looking at a state funeral for Tina Joemat-Pettersson?
Well, as you know, Ulrich, Comrade Tina Joemat-Pettersson was now at the National Parliament, and as an NEC and WC member, the NEC is fully in charge of the funeral preparations. We as a province, we are working closely with the Office of the SG, through the DSG, Comrade Nomvula Mkonyane. We have been in constant contact since from yesterday, in the evening up until even this morning. So there is a team which is now, as we speak now, which is going to Cape Town, led by the DSG. And for now, we're giving the family some space to mourn their mother, their sister, their child. And as soon as the family is ready, we will be getting our marching orders from the National Office of the NC, which is led by the DSG. And we as a province, either way, we will implement any mandate or directive which will be coming from above. So on the question of maybe state funeral or any type of funeral, we will be guided by our leaders in the movement. But we are ready as members of the NC in the province to give the necessary support to the Joemat and Pettersson family to ensure that we give Comrade Tina a decent send-off. She deserves one as a tried and tested cadre for movement.
She did. She was born in Kimberley, spent most of her life here. Are we, in terms of memorial services from the ANC Northern Cape part, are we likely to see that in the next week or two?
Surely, in terms of our culture, Lutulia House will guide us that we must convene memorial services, given that it's our culture, for all our fallen cadres. So with Comrade Tina, surely there will be memorial service. The details, of course, and the actual planning in close calls with National. We will organize one, but also even during the funeral, definitely the province will be playing a critical role to ensure that we really give Comrade Tina the necessary send-off she deserves.
We know that Tina Joemat-Pettersson wasn't always the easiest person to work with. Some people will say she was actually a bit hard on some people, feisty, for example, some people would say. What are the memories that you hold dear of Tina Joemat-Pettersson?
Yeah, well, personally, I've worked with Comrade Tina for many years. Here in the NC, as a PC member in the Communist Party, even in government. So Comrade Tina is a perfectionist. She wants things to be done in a particular way, and she was very strict, you're right. Of course, she would come across to some other people as being feisty, being up a draft, but she was just a strong character, somebody who needed things to be done and be done the right way. So we will miss her. I know it's a very strong cadre, a very sharp-minded comrade. In fact, after the unbending of the NC in 1990, one of the responsibilities of Comrade Tina was to to educate ANC branches throughout the province. He was the political education secretary. She was charged to educate our structures throughout on political education, sharpening our theoretical outlook and understanding of our movement, of our ideology, to ensure that we build capacity as a movement so that as the ANC, one of our strongest capacity is the ability to replenish ourselves. That's why the ANC could survive so many years. Today celebrating 11 years, because it means that we could retrain and train cadres after our forebears. So Comortina was very passionate on political education, amongst other things. Of course, a steadfast feminist would always stick his head out for gender struggles and to defend women's rights. So we will really miss her. She was a cadre of our movement.